G'day ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing? Scotty49 here with you once again for another installment in the Wargaming Highlight series. I know it's been a hot minute since we've had a Wargaming Highlight, but I'm trying up a new format today, so let me know what you think of it down in the comments below if you want it to be a bit longer, a bit shorter when we're doing this style of battle reports. Then today I am playing a 1500 point Nephilim GT mission pack against a good mate of mine, Matt. I'm running my Necrons for the second time ever and the first time under the Nephilim mission pack against my friend Matt, who's running Space Wolves, which is always awesome to play against some Marines and see how another faction that's doing pretty well at the moment stacks up against them. And ladies and gentlemen, before we jump into the battle report that is the Wargame highlights for this game, if you haven't already, feel free to hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that notification bell so you're able to be notified when we do release a whole bunch of different Warhammer 40k focused content here on the channel, from the Wargame highlights to the For the New Guys series to tournament coverage as well. But ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into it. G'day ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in to another bat rep. Today we are playing with Matt, my good mate here. Let's get that going. How you going, Matt?
Good.
So we are playing Tide of Conviction. As you can see, we've got the table set up at our local store, Joel Games. It is a 6 objective mission: score 1, score 2, score more. And it is Space Wolves facing off against the Necrons. So I'll go through my Necrons just quickly. Pull that down here because I'm using the gimbal. So we have got 2 units of 20 warriors with Gorse Flayers, and a unit of 10 warriors with Gorse Reapers. We've got 2 Necron Canoptic Reanimators. We've got 2 units of 4 Scarab Swarms, unit of 6 Scorpec Destroyers. Then we've got a Scorpec Destroyer Lord that's got the Veil of Darkness Relic. We've got 2 Plasmancers, counting as 2 Chronomancers, and then a Necron Overlord that has got the Pharaon upgrade and the Thrall of the Silent King Warlord trait, so he gets an extra 3 inches on his auras. And then Matt, what are you running for your list for today?
So I'm running 2 units of heavy intercessors. Both have a heavy bolter in there. A unit of intercessors with the sergeant having a power fist. 2 units of outriders. A unit of eliminators. A unit of eradicators. A unit of blade guard with the sergeant having a Volcolite pistol. A Blade Guard Ancient, 1 transport just because Space Wolves want to be there fast and punch people in the face. And then rounding that up, we've got a Chaplain on a bike with the Armor of Russ, and Ragnar Blackmane running his pretty much standard kit because that's what he does. Yeah, nice. So with this mission being the 6 objectives, we've both gone with some pretty staple secondaries here. So for myself, I have taken Purge the Vermin, Ancient Machineries. Both of those are Necron specific, and then also grind them down, hoping to keep my units alive whilst killing Matt's. And then Matt has taken Behind Enemy Lines, Glory Kills, and Warrior Pride. So let's see how deployment ends up, and we'll go from there, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we've just finished deployment, so I'll run through my deployment. So on the far right hand side, we've got the, wrong way, sorry. We've got the Scorpex with the Scorpec Lord right there. Then we've got the 2 units of 20 warriors right next to each other with the Overlord in the middle, the Chronomancers on each side with the Reanimators as well. And then over this side, we have got the Scarab Swarms hiding right in behind there. And then in reserves, I've actually placed in the unit of warriors here into strategic reserves, as well as then also a unit of Scarabs as well, so they're going to come in from outflanking. In terms of Matt's deployment, I've got the Outriders with the Chaplain there for some backup. I've got my transport, which is currently transporting Ragnar, the Blade Guard, and the Blade Guard Ancient. Next, I've got some heavy intercessors, followed by some more heavy intercessors holding the line, with some intercessors down here at the back to hopefully deal with some infiltrating units. And then out on the far side, I've got some eliminators ready to hopefully kill some stuff.
Yep.
And then in reserves as well, I've got a unit of outriders and some eradicators.
Nice. Well, everything's been deployed. I've got some pre-game moves to do with the Relentless Expansionists. And we'll go from there, ladies and gentlemen. So we've just had a change with concealed deployment with those eliminators going up in the top there, and then my pre-game move happens once we've determined first turn. So first up, we'll get the handshake on camera. Good luck, Matt. Oh, it's not on there, not on there. Good luck, Matt. There we go. And let's see who gets first turn.
I'm going with a 6.
I got a 1, Matt got a 6, so Matt is going to get first turn. So we're going to do some pre-game moves, and then we'll see how things end up at the end of turn 1, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty, everyone, so we've just finished Matt's turn 1. As you can see, he's advanced on that right flank and gotten the Blade Guard Vets, the Ancient Ragnar, Blackmane out of the Impulsor, using the Assault Transport ability. The bikes have moved up, with the Outriders making a charge into the Warriors there, killing 3 of them, and the Warriors not doing anything back. The rest of the field, as you can see, those heavy Intercessors have moved up, as well as the Intercessors up the back there as well. And then you've also got the Eliminators up the top there, using a movement with the Instigator Bolt Carbine on the Sergeant to be able to get some additional movement. I did spend 2 CP to put on the Warriors the Reanimator, giving them +1 to their reanimation saves. The Reanimator itself is on 1 wound left. So let's see if it's able to survive any further as we go into my turn 1. Alrighty, a pretty significant turn 1 for the Necrons here. As you can see, we had the Overlord charge in with the Necron Warriors into the Outriders, doing 2 damage to the Outriders there, and then as you can see, the Scorpex veiled over with the Overlord, getting into the back lines of the Space Wolves, getting into the characters, and the Blade Guard Vets losing 3 Scorpex, but being able to take out the Ancient in response, and just tying them up, holding them up there at the moment. Then the Reanimator kind of moved, so that it was behind the line of sight blocking, same with the Chronomancer, and then the Warriors consolidate their position on that objective, doing an action. Of course, I've got the Sudden Storm protocol as my one for the entire game, so they are able to do that, still shoot, and not do any failures, and that means that they were able to take out one of the heavy Intercessors over there. And now we're heading into turn 2, going into Matt. Let's see what happens. Alrighty, so we've got the end of turn 2 here for Matt. And as we can see, one of the Outriders has died to the Necron Overlord and the Warriors there. The Reanimator did get blown up by the Eradicators that came in from outflanking down below here. And then also the Scorpex tried to hold out against the Chaplain and Ragnar, but they managed to die to them, with the Blade Guard Agents. Blade Guard Ancient also dying last turn, but the Blade Guard Veterans dying to the Scorpec Destroyer Lord, who's hoping to clean them up the rest of this turn. And then we had a consolidation of the Heavy Intercessors and the Assault, the regular Intercessors moving up this side of the field, as opposite to these guys down here, with the block of Warriors and the Reanimator and the Chronomancer down there. But then also the outflanking Outriders came in down below here as well to deny me some secondary points. So, shaping up to be a really interesting game for me going into turn 2 for the Necrons. Alrighty, pretty pivotal turn here for the Necrons. As you can see, we took out another of the Outriders with the Overlord and the Necron Warriors going in there. The Chronomancer managed to come in here and take out the Impulsor after the Eradicators took out the Reanimator down over this side. Up the top over here, you can see the Chaplain is charged forward down this way with a consolidation move with a strat last turn. And then the Scorpec Destroyer Lord managed to finish off the Blade Guard Veterans and then piled into Ragnar and only took 2 wounds in response. The Warriors over here still holding down this objective quite well, managed to also deal another casualty to those heavy Intercessors, and unfortunately I was not able to bring in my reinforcements this turn up in this area, which I was hoping to do to score some extra points, but we'll see what happens in turn 3 as we are going to the Space Wolves turn 3. Alrighty, so a pretty significant turn here from the Space Wolves. As you can see, the Outrider got punked by the Overlord, who then has used some consolidation movement to get better positioning so he can't be shot. The Eradicators did try to take out the Chronomancer down here, but a CP reroll was spent to keep him alive. However, the Scorpec Destroyer Lord did suffer a demise to the Primaris Chaplain on bike with a litany on him as well, and just punked him in 1 round of combat. But, you know, shots were traded over this side. The Warriors trading shots with the heavy Intercessors, and then also having the Eliminators, thank you, moving up onto that objective up there, and then the Outriders moving down along here to take out behind enemy lines in my deployment zone. So going to be really interesting turn 3 to see what the Necrons do from here. So not much change for the Necrons this turn. The Warriors did perform the action on that objective right there, objective number 3. They did shoot at the Eradicators as well, because they can do that without failing the action. Did nothing, they absolutely whiffed on their to-wound roll. The Warriors here, though, consolidated their position and plinked off another heavy intercessor and causing some more wounds there as well. And then I moved the Scarabs out onto the other side of the objective because we have got the Outriders that are going to be coming across this turn. And then up in this quarter, the reinforcements have come in, doing only a single wound to the Eliminators, but definitely looking to take that objective next turn. And we'll see what happens from here. Alrighty, so another big turn 4 for the Space Wolves. As you can see, Ragnar and the Bike Chaplain have come into the Warriors over here, clearing a bunch out. They did fail morale, but only lost one model to that initial morale failure. The Eradicators over here decided to delete the Reanimator, as well as deal a wound to the Chronomancer back there as well. The Outriders up here put some damage on to the Scarabs, but did not manage to kill off the entire unit and failed a 9-inch charge against them as well. Continual trading over here between the Warriors and the Heavy Intercessors. And then up the back over here, the Eliminators also shot and then fell back with their ability, so going to be really interested to see what happens with the rest of the game. Going into the Necrons turn 4, the current state of the score, to update you, turn 1, I scored 9 points with the Necrons and Matt scored 1 with the Space Wolves. Turn 2, I scored 17 to Matt's 11, and then turn 3, it was 12 to 9, so it's 21 to... I believe that's going to be 38. So that was at the end of turn 3. We're going to go into Necron's turn 4 and see how everything keeps on going from there. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so the end of battle round 4, the Necrons with the 2 Entropic Lancers were able to deal some damage, killing Ragnar, as well as doing 4 wounds to the Bike Chaplain there. The Eradicators are still alive down the bottom here with nothing targeted at them. The Bikes took a wound from the Warriors that have now splayed themselves across 2 objectives to hold things out. The Warriors up the top here were able to kill 2 out of the 3 Eliminators, with the Scarab just towing on there to deny that. And then the Heavy Intercessors and the regular Intercessors still up there holding the back 2 objectives. So we're going to see what happens in turn 5 and see what happens from here, because it's going to be really interesting. The points total so far, 46 for the Necrons and 40 to the Space Wolves going into turn 5. Let's see what happens from here. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so bit of a interesting turn 5. You can see that the Outriders are charging the 2 bricks of Warriors down there. The Chaplain charging the brick of Warriors there. The Eradicators managed to take out the Chronomancers down the bottom there as well. And then the last Eliminator was able to do some damage on the Scarab Swarms. So it's going to be really interesting to see how the Necrons end up at the bottom of turn 5, and we'll go from there. Alrighty, so at the bottom of turn 5 for the Necrons, as you can see, the Chaplain got punked by the Overlord, and the Chronomancer went in there and did some good damage as well. Over here, the Warriors are still engaged with the Bikes, holding those 2 objectives with the Scarabs down the bottom there. Still, Heavy Intercessors did survive with only taking 2 casualties from each unit. Standard Intercessors still alive up the back there, but over here, the Warriors and the Scarabs Swarms managed to get onto Objective 4 and perform the 3rd Ancient Machineries to score an additional 4 points there and maxing out Primary. So, at the end of turn 5, for me, with the Necrons, I scored 40 points on Primary, 4 points on Purge the Vermin. I really think that instead of doing Purge the Vermin, maybe engage on all fronts because you are such an aggressive army may have been a better choice. Then Ancient Machineries, I only scored 12. I forgot that you can't do the one in your deployment zone. So I only scored 3 by getting it on Objective 3, Objective 2 and Objective 4 over there. And then Grind Them Down, I only got that twice, giving me 6 points.
so for a total of 62. And then Matt scored 20 points on primary, 8 points on behind enemy lines, which was great with the Outriders coming in from outflank. Same with the Eradicators doing that role there and denying me Purge the Vermin really well. Glory kills, scoring max of 15 points there, just being able to kill my monsters and kill my characters, which I had 2 monsters and 2 characters die, and just chipping off wounds was able to score points there. And then Warrior Pride scoring 9 points for a total of 52. Matt, that was a great game.
Okay, man.
What was your favourite moment?
I have to admit, the chaplain beating up your monster.
Up over here.
Yeah.
Yep, nice.
Yeah.
I would have to say I'm pretty surprised with how well the Cryptex did. And the army in general, like, it seems to be quite static, like, but that was the first time I actually did any outflanking with some warriors and scarab swarms up there, using the 2 big 20-man bricks with the chronomancers and the reanimators. Felt really good, and they were really tough, and both units survived until the end of the game, so I'm really happy with that. So that is going to be it for this battle report, ladies and gentlemen.
Alrighty everyone, well I hope you enjoyed that brief summary of that game that I had with Matt with the Space Wolves. I did end up pulling out a 10-point victory there in the end. We did forget to not count the second part of the primary there, but that's okay, that happens. It was great to help Matt start to get the ropes again with 9th edition 40k, particularly with the Nephilim mission pack. As well, as I said at the start of the video, if you have any feedback on this style of battle report, let me know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, and if you want to keep on seeing more of this style of content, feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell so you're able to see when I release more content on the channel. And if you do want to give me any feedback but not here on YouTube, that's all good. Feel free to come and find me when I'm live over on Twitch, where I stream on Tuesday and Friday nights and Saturday afternoons Australian Eastern Standard Time currently, and you can give me your feedback there, where we do all manner of hobby sessions, live tournament coverage, and occasionally some live games for myself as well. But ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.